Okay, yeah, today we're looking at uh, two organ pieces, which I think are two movements of the same piece, by Katia, British composer. They're titled Pavane and Galliard, and I believe they were both written in 2024. Both of these pieces are dedicated to the organist Carson Cooman, who is he has quite a big YouTube channel with lots of recordings of organ and piano pieces. We've actually used his YouTube channel a lot, going over scores on this channel, so you may have already encountered some of his playing. Um, yeah, so both Katia and Carson are pretty active online and active as performers. So I'm excited to get to know both of them as I introduce this piece. But before we do that, maybe we should just look at the score a little bit. Both of the movements are on landscape paper and quite short. The Pavane is just four systems long. I guess during these sections where you have long held chords, there is the instruction repeat each bar at least once. So any of these chords can be repeated any number of times. So that leaves the piece very open. If you wanted to fill a whole half of a concert, you could just keep repeating these measures and plan it in such a way that the piece was half an hour long or however long you want, really. I assume the recording online is going to be a bit more reasonable. But yeah, those like long chordal sections alternate with very fast little filigree things in the right hand, which kind of increase in size. There's only three of them. And then the piece ends on a cluster, which was sort of like opens up to a chord marked dismissively. And then the Galliard is also four systems long. This is sort of a little bit notated a little bit freer. So the instruction is play up until the end of the third line without repeats, then go back to the start, playing the repeats a random number of times, and then registration changes are encouraged. In the left hand, the weirder the better. So I believe both of these are just dual manual pieces. There's no pedals involved. Um, so I guess the way you would perform this, you have this like repeating thing in the figuration in the right hand, and then these little outbursts of chords in the left hand. Mind you, this is also kind of, there's two different key signatures, so it might be like polytonal sounding. You play up to the third line, and then when you go back, you can repeat these little things in the left hand any number of times. I'm assuming it's just two run-throughs, right? And then you have this coda at the end, which is very fast figuration, which sweeps up from the left hand into the right. Um, so I guess what these two pieces have in common is there's sort of this focus on freely repeating ideas and also this idea of like fast figuration versus slow chords, as two like independent things, right? So Katia was the actually requested I cover some of her music. So this is the first request on the channel I'm filling. I'm very happy to do that for her. Um, her online presence is very interesting. She has a YouTube channel that goes over interesting organ scores as sort of like score videos. Let me see if I can find the actual name of the series because I am forgetting it offhand. Yeah, the series is called Underrated Organ Music, and there's 88 entries so far. So a lot of music to get to know. She has this IMSLP uh, page where all of her scores are freely available, so it's very easy to set up these episodes. But there's already 166 entries, and almost 100 of them, well, actually, yeah, at least 100 of them are her odes. So she has a series of pieces called Ode, which are for varying instrumentation, as far as I understand. She requested I do both of these scores as one piece, but I think they're listed as separate scores on this IMSLP where I grabbed them. Yeah, I guess I could just read this little bio here. So she's an organist, harpsichordist, pianist, and composer from Sheffield. Currently a student of composition at the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire. I hope that's up to date. Um, and yeah, I don't know if she has a personal website. I think it's just like YouTube channel, Instagram, IMSLP. And then as for Carson Cooman, you can see he's performed a lot of her music. It's actually the first thing that came up when I searched her. Um, but we've gone through a lot of Carson's recordings already on this channel, particularly his performances of Lawrence Crane's music and Matthew Lee Knowles. And if you go to his website, you can realize quickly that he's very prolific. He's an American composer and organist. Let's see if I can just go to his list of compositions here. Yeah, so far he's up to his opus 1656. So that's really impressive. Um, this is rivaling like Hater Villalobos, Villalobos. Like there are definitely composers who have written this many pieces, but it is rare. It takes a real effort to write this much music. And you can see he does a lot of keyboard music. So just these first like 20 pieces, his 20 most recent pieces, almost all of them are for toy piano. Yeah, super interesting guy. Let's see if I can find anything else about him. He's American, based in Rochester, New York. Uh, his music has appeared on over 40 recordings, uh, including uh, 20 complete CDs on Naxos, Albany, Artec, Gothic, and other labels. He has been composer in residence at the Memorial Church at Harvard University for the past 20 years. And from 2008 to 11, he served as composer in residence to the Cathedral Church at St. Paul. He holds degrees from Harvard, Carnegie Mellon University, a member of the American Guild of Organists and the American Society, well, and ASCAP, yeah, and life member of the Hymn Society in the US and Canada. Okay, I think that's enough background. I guess if I cover any of Carson's compositions on the channel, I'll have to refer back to this episode, but that's okay. Recording of this is in the video description. I don't know how long this performance is. The first movement is kind of variable in duration, like I mentioned earlier. So, yeah, have a listen to that, and I'll let you know my thoughts. This is totally new to me, so okay, yeah. So these were a real treat. Listening to Carson's performance, of course. Um, yeah, really uh, revealed to me my lack of imagination for the organ. Like, did not realize the sound that would actually result from this really unassumingly notated couple of scores. But really cool effects. I love the effect of this filigree stuff just on a single flute stop and then like changing all the different registrations of these little outbursts of sound. Um, yeah, really, really cool. And the way it's notated, it sort of gives the organist permission to kind of take their time picking different registers and uh yeah, this like layer of other sound going on makes it so that there's something to pay attention to at all times. So really effective little idea. And then I liked the G major chord that starts each of these phrases and kind of ends the piece in the Pavane. Um, it's like the most sort of basic like thing you'd hear on an organ, just a little G major chord in the middle of the register, and then just like slowly smearing it out into these complex chords is really fun. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. Like the last series was the piano series, and I was like unsure about continuing with the keyboard stuff, but this is a totally different medium, and these pieces really reveal that to me. So um, tomorrow we're going to look at some more of Katia's music, and I'm excited to get into it. Um, a lot of her music is notated on a single page, and it's very accessible, like PDF music. Like it really is made for the computer screen and the tablet, and um, I like that too. It's really fits the format of this channel well, I think.